Hi everyone, I'm Janice, this is Esther, and welcome to another episode of Flat 7 Chats.
Today, Flat 7 chats Taylor Swift!
We
Yay!
love Taylor Swift.
This is the Taylor Swift household.
Yeah, we love Taylor Swift. Okay, so do we first want to get into, what made us interested in Taylor Swift? What got us into her music?
I was never really a big fan of Taylor Swift. The only times when I really listened to their music. Oh, I think I liked her when she did 1989. I was pretty into 1989, but I didn't really care for her music or for her. I remember learning her songs on the guitar because they're the easiest to learn because they're the same four chords. And but I really got into Taylor Swift when she released the Taylor Swift version of Fearless. Is that the first one that came out? And she did Mr. Perfectly Fine, and I was going through it, and it came out at a really good time. And I was hanging out a lot with Inez, who likes Taylor Swift, so she was we were listening to the album a lot together. And then I started getting into her. And then when she released All Too Well, 10-minute version, it had Dylan O'Brien. So I was like, yeah, I like this.
But you don't consider yourself a Swiftie, right?
No, I don't think I like her enough to be that level, and I don't really care about the things that I don't care about.
Okay, after this episode, if you finish watching the whole episode, please leave a comment on whether or not you think Esther is a Swiftie. We have to do a whole evaluation.
Do a poll. We should do a poll.
Oh yeah, like an Instagram poll. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, for me it was I think because her music was really popular around the 2010s or late 2000s. So I started listening very early on. I think it was when around Fearless was released. So that's when I was listening to both the first two albums, Fearless and Taylor Swift, first album, and then I just listened to everything up to I think I was still listening around Red, but then I started to lose interest then, and then when 1989 came out, I felt like she went too pop and it wasn't for me. I love a country vibe, so then I stopped listening. So I don't really I'm not familiar with a lot of the songs in 1989 and Reputation, but then I started listening again, when she released Folklore, and then I was really, really, really into Folklore, and then Evermore as well, and then because of Folklore, then I went back and listened to her Lover album, which I felt was also a turning point for her, and then so I basically just blank out the pop albums. I'm not a big fan of the pop phase, but yeah.
I remember you came over to my house and you made Wei Xuan and I listen to Folklore, and we were just there
But I thought it was really good, and then it was just I think it brought a lot of old fans back because the vibes of those two albums were just so similar to her earlier work, but it's just a grown up version of that. And I think because it's been basically been 10 years or more, and then I think because we've also grown up and it reflects the level of maturity. Yeah.
Okay. I think we can get into our favorite songs. So we're gonna go over all of the albums and do favorite songs from each album and talk about what we like.
I just want to show my playlist. I save an all Taylor Swift songs playlist on Spotify, so I don't even have a list of ranking of songs. I'm just gonna go through them and see which ones I like from each album. Okay, so shall we start with the first one?
Oh, yeah. What's the first album?
Taylor Swift.
I Have Nothing.
I was not a fan. This album is quite nostalgic for me. Oh, I love her earlier album so much. Okay, if I had to pick, I think definitely Teardrops on My Guitar is really good. It's just a song that you can just lie down and cry to. And I think a lot of it's the song that made her really big, and I think a lot of people will definitely agree. But yeah, these songs are just they remind me of my childhood, and I think because she was also quite young when she wrote this album, there's a level of innocence to that, which is very nostalgic for me. But yeah, Teardrops on My Guitar.
Is that it? Okay, so for Fearless, this was the first album that she did the vault version of Looking at You for Reassurance. And I have songs that I like that were original, but I loved Mr. Perfectly Fine. Oh, also I think like Taylor Swift and her I think she has like a very strong link with like social media in the sense that um a lot of her fans are quite like active on social media, and I think when they promoted it, it kind of got me into it also. So that's part of how I found her. So Mr. Perfectly Fine, because there was also all the Joe Jonas like memes. Yes, that's how I got into it. And Mr. Perfectly Fine was one of my top played songs, I think. But okay, other songs that I like include The Way I Loved You, Love Story, and Forever and Always. And I love The Way I Loved You because it's so painful. Yeah, and I just want to scream it. And I think it's just it's very like heart wrenching, and there's like this pain to it, and I really like that. Yes, thank you.
Okay, for me, this is also another nostalgia album. Also, I think I should mention that Taylor Swift was my first concert when I was like 10 years old. So when I was there, it was already like it was her Speak Now tour, which is the next album, but then it means that she did some older songs as well. So it was very much about the first three albums. So yeah, this album is I'm just gonna keep repeating it's nostalgic. Okay, so I like Fearless. It's just like such an iconic opener for an album. I'm not gonna sing because my singing is so bad. But it goes like, should I sing?
What's the chorus?
Um,
Say it.
In a store in my best dress.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's such a good song. Yeah, and then 15, because you know, like when you're young and you're going through it, and like it reflects that innocence again. I love it. Love Story, because who doesn't love Love Story? It was such a good karaoke song too. Like, and then I like White Horse. It's not really like up there on my list, but I feel like yeah, I'll listen to it because it's like it's a nice sad song. Um, the lyrics go like, "It's too late for you and your white horse to catch me now." Yeah, getting poetic. Okay, You Belong With Me, because it's another like banger, iconic. Um, let's see what else.
You Belong With Me made me want a cute neighbor. Like I just like the trope of the boy next door. I think that kind of like went viral with You Belong With Me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the music video is iconic. I watched it so many times, and I was like, that guy's so cute. And then is this, you know that? Were you into Hannah Montana?
Yeah, he's from Hannah Montana. I know.
Like when we watch the Hannah Montana movie, it's like, oh, it's that cute guy with the dimples.
Isn't he also from Sunny with a Chance?
I didn't watch Sunny with a Chance.
Okay, I can't remember. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, and then as for like when she released stuff from the vault, it was probably Mr. Perfectly Fine as well. Is like up there, like very much up there on my list. And I like That's When too. Yeah, yeah. But I think when I was going through my breakup, like Mr. Perfectly Fine is in my playlist for my breakup playlist.
It's such a good like breakup song. It's like empowering, but also kind of like sad. Yeah. Her timing is really good. Okay, so should we move on to Speak Now? I only picked one song from Speak Now, which is Enchanted. And I think I like it because I like the ending. Like the please don't. Is that the right song? Please don't be in love with someone.
I actually
tell me that's the right song.
Yeah, but I actually find that a bit annoying.
Oh,
like,
you don't like
I'm not the biggest fan of that song actually, and I find it annoying.
Interesting.
Just because of that repetitive chant.
It only goes twice, no?
No, because she says it twice and then it keeps going. It keeps going and keeps going until the chorus hits again.
No way, it only goes twice.
Okay, I'll play it for you.
No, we're gonna get copyrighted.
We're
It
not
goes,
good enough.
please don't. No, we get copyrighted either way.
Okay, Okay, I'll mute this. I'll make it really.
Hurry up. Please don't be in love with someone else. Oh, too fast. Don't. Oh!
See, it's more than twice.
Oh, yeah!
It keeps going on and on.
This is a very popular TikTok audio though, and I think that's kind of how I found it and why I'm so obsessed with it. It went like thrice.
4 times.
Okay, it's too bad.
Okay, anyway. Oh yeah, we're talking about Speak Now. Is that the only song? Oh yeah. Okay, for me, like again, cause this was the tour that I went to, like the concert that I went to. So I always like mine. I actually like really enjoyed the music video. I think like when you're young and don't have a realistic expectation of love, like the whole fantasy of like meeting a guy and then like falling in love and having this like picture perfect family, cause that's what it was in the music video. It was like very cute. So I was like, oh, that's so cute. So I like mine. I like Back to December. It's such a good song. Dear John is okay, I guess. I have to be in a certain mood to listen to Dear John. I quite like Never Grow Up as well. I think it's quite a nice song, even though it's not necessarily about love, like romantic love. But it's nice. Last Kiss is pretty nice too. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. Should we go on to Red?
Yeah. Oh, before I like the Glee version of mine, but I've never watched the music video for the Taylor Swift version. Sorry.
I'll show it to you later.
Okay. Okay, moving on to Red. I really like Red, like the song, and I love like I used to watch the live concert video that she posted on loop. Yeah, I love the premise of the song, which is like that toxic relationship. It's very Wattpad fan fiction. I think it might have been like around the same period.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it was really popular and I really liked it.
I think this was released like around 2013. So yeah.
Yeah, Red is really good. And I love the lyrics to Red. Like something about crosswords. Crossword. Like trying to fill in the crossword and not having the right words.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lyrical.
Realizing what's there was right in front of or something.
I don't think that sounds right. Okay, and I also like All Too Well. And I think I would have saved. I want to let you go first before I talk about All Too Well.
The 10-minute version.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, this was when I kind of like started to not really listen to Taylor Swift as much. But yeah, this album was like alright for me. It didn't really have the same wow factor as the past 3 albums. Because I think she started to go like a bit pop here, yeah. But yeah, I did like Red. And then I think I also got not annoyed because like, you know, remember I Knew You Were Trouble? There was so many memes about it, like the goat screaming. Did not like it. All Too Well is good too. Like I have a rediscovered love for All Too Well because of her new version and like the 10-minute version and everything. Wow. Oh, I guess Begin Again is okay too, I guess. I liked Everything Has Changed when it came out because it had Ed Sheeran in it too, but it's still like an average song to me. Like everything in this album is like pretty average to me, not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I like to add some songs. I forgot that I liked the guy, the one with the guy, The Last Time. Like, this is the last time I'm asking you. That one. That's from Red, right? Yeah. And I also like Begin Again.
Yeah.
And Come Back, Be Here. Actually, I think this is where I started liking, because I do like the pop sound. But, okay, so All Too Well. I like the original, but then when she dropped the new one, it came out during fall when all the colors were changing. And then there's also like that association with Dylan O'Brien. And 10 minutes is such a nice, like, the song was written so well. For a 10-minute song, you can't get sick of it because it ends, but it doesn't end and it makes you like not want to hear it again. It ends on such a nice note that you just want to loop it forever. And that's what happened, and I love it.
I think the thing about Taylor Swift that she does really well is that I think this is where the country music element comes in, is she paints stories very well in her song. So in each of her songs, there's always like a narrative, especially in like her earlier work and in the work that she's done with Folklore and Evermore. It's like that storytelling element that really draws people in. That's why like to me that 10-minute version doesn't feel like 10 minutes because she's painting this picture so clearly for you and you're really like following along in the story. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. I do agree with the narrative part for like the later albums because even though I didn't really listen to them, there were a lot of people that talk about like Betty and someone and someone.
Okay, so basically, for people who don't know, there's 3 songs in that album who are linked together, and it's basically like a love triangle kind of situation. Yeah, and it's like told from 3 different perspectives, which is just so smart. But I'll go on about that album later. Let's talk about 1989.
I loved 1989. I nearly bought it on like on CD because I thought it was such a good album. Because I like okay, first off, wait, which was like the title track? I don't know if like was that a title track?
I think she did. I know she did a music video for Bad Blood and like Shake It Off. Like she did like the title. I don't really know what's the title track, but she did music videos for like those very poppy ones.
Yeah. I think my 2 favorite songs were Style and Blank Space. Blank Space is just really catchy and like I think it's not too annoying. Like I feel like Shake It Off is really annoying and I don't like that. But Blank Space is like just annoying enough for a pop song and it's really good. But I really like Style because it has that same trope of a bad boy and like a toxic relationship. And I just love that. Yeah. And then I also liked All You Had to Do Was Stay because it's like a heartbreaky song and I think she does those really well.
I have nothing from this album. And then to me, like, cause I also like One Direction around the same time, and then I don't know if you've seen things about how Style is very similar to Perfect by them. But then at this point, I was also like not really listening to One Direction songs, but those 2 songs are very similar. Like,
Really?
yeah, in terms of I'll play it for you too later on. Like, I don't know, there was just like to me there wasn't really anything original about this album, so I was just not into it. Like,
Yeah, sorry, the Style and Perfect thing. Yeah, they have like this TikTok audio where they play both at the same time and then you kind of like sing along to one and that picks which side you're on. Yeah, but I don't really like One Direction. So
this is a topic for another day.
Oh.
I was a big Directioner, but yeah.
yeah, sorry, nothing.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next album? So the next one is Reputation. I guess the only song I like from this album is Delicate.
I really like Delicate too. I like the way it starts. Like the I'm not very good at music. You know what I mean? Is it a crescendo? It just sounds like she's whispering at the start. Like it's very soft and then gets a bit louder, and I like that. But I like Dress because at the same time I bought a dress around the same when I was listening to it so much, and I was like, oh, this song is so like like fun. It's just yeah, I really liked it. I like King of My Heart. I think that's like I think this was kind of when she started dating Joe Alwyn, right?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I think like King of My Heart was like very like very sappy and like oh I'm so in love with this guy and I really like that. And I like Gorgeous because I think it's a fun. I think it's like fun for karaoke too. Yeah, that's what I like.
Okay, next album, Lover. Yeah, Esther's got nothing from this album, but I love this album actually because it's like I rediscovered it after her later albums were released, and I feel like there's a lot of good like summer bops on this. Like so many of these songs are in my summer playlist. I think it's funny, especially like let's just talk about London Boy. It was really funny because I was listening to it after I moved here, and then I'm just like sometimes I'll be on the bus driving past Camden and she's singing about like going to Camden and I'm just like, oh, living the life. Yeah, I love Lover. I think it's such a good like romance song. Like you know the songs where they just make you feel like you're in love. Like Lover is like one of those songs. And then in terms of like the summer bops, they're like I Forgot You Existed. I really like The Man as well actually. Like I like The Archer too. That's a bit slower, but I like it. Paper Rings. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh
Uh,
no.
shall we move? Shall we move on to? I guess you don't really have anything
I
about
don't
the
have
later
anything
two
after
albums,
that,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so I guess it'll just be me talking for a while. Let's talk about Folklore and Evermore. These two amazing albums that rekindled my love for Taylor Swift. And I think like she really found this sort of ground with her storytelling here. And I think like Lover was kind of like the last album where she told things, or well, it was like the transition album from where she was telling her stories and other people's stories as well. um oh yeah, Afterglow is nice too from Lover. I mean, moving on from Lover and Daylight, I just like the whole album. Okay, so anyway, in Folklore, she basically takes these different perspectives from different people, and like we mentioned earlier with the whole like there's 3 songs on there, so basically with Betty, August, and Cardigan, it's just about like this couple that's together, but then like one person cheats on the other person, with another person. So person like there's person A and B, and then there's person C, and then person A cheats on B and ends up with like person C for a period of time, and then like there's just 3 songs telling that in different perspectives, which I think is just really clever. And then we also have like The Last Great American Dynasty, where she was inspired by the person who lived in the house before her, so she's telling her story, which is great. And so I really like Cardigan on that in that album. Okay, but honestly, I really like this whole album. I don't know how to pick. Okay, so I guess Cardigan, August, and Betty are up there, and then I really like Invisible String as well. It's just very, I don't even know how to describe the vibe of it, but it's just such a good song. And then The Lakes, which is her bonus track, was very good. Like I like the line like, take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die. It's basically just um the chorus. I don't belong, but my love neither do you, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I started playing a song. Okay. Then let's talk about Evermore. Evermore it just feels it has the same vibe as Folklore. And I like all the songs again. I like Happiness especially a lot. Gold Rush, I was like really obsessed with it for a while. Oh, I think No Body No Crime is so clever and so fun. It basically tells the story about like a murder mystery in a sense. Yeah, it's so fun. Coney Island's quite nice too. Uh Cowboy Like Me, I quite like that too. And Evermore is the title track, which is really nice. I like both of the bonus tracks, Right Where You Left Me and It's Time to Go. Oh, It's Time to Go is part of my breakup playlist too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. What else do we want to talk about?
I have a very weird relationship with Taylor Swift because I know a lot of things about her and about her music, but I don't really listen to her songs. Like I know that she's a Sagittarius, and that's why she has a song called The Archer.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Then I know about Nobody Knew Crime because apparently, like people say it's like her and like Harry Styles or something. And then I know that she had like a weird relationship with the model.
Oh.
No, the Victoria's Secret model. I can't remember her name. The
Like a female, like her friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember how like there used to be a squad, like Taylor Swift and her friends who would like celebrate 4th of July every year, like and be a big thing on Instagram. I'll show you pictures later. Like I know like Blake Lively is a part of it, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Friends. Yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know they went like trick or treating together.
Yeah, and then there was like a bunch of like models.
But she fell out with them, I think.
Oh, it was like the squad that was in like Bad Blood. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of like fun facts and trivia about her. It's kind of weird. And she's very big. She's a very big part of pop culture and social media, and it's very interesting to like read about her. And I think also because like she's a very genius songwriter, and the narrative. I think that's like why I like I mean, I don't consider like why I like her in the sense like I respect her because I feel like she puts a lot of effort into her craft. Like having to come up with the narrative for like the whole album or like the things she did with like the 3 songs. It's something that I can appreciate even though I don't listen, and that's why I like her.
I have a lot of respect for her as a person because now that I'm older, like I can't imagine having to grow up under the limelight and like being famous so young. Yeah, but okay, if we look objectively from my point of view, maybe this is not an objective view, but I just feel like Taylor Swift has done so much better than Justin Bieber. You know, like the way that even she just like carries herself and the way she is. And like I'm glad that also because I watched a documentary on Netflix about her, and I've also watched like the stuff on Disney Plus. Like, I watched a lot of things. I watched like everything that's out there except for the Reputation tour. I didn't watch that because I'm like not into Reputation. Yeah, but because like on Disney Plus there was like a thing about how she was writing folklore and Evermore. Like it was a whole thing of her just like being in a cabin and recording it with her cats. Oh my gosh, I love that she has cats too. Yeah, yeah, but anyway, the Netflix documentary that was more about her life. Um, yeah, it was just like yeah, I can't imagine having to grow up in that limelight. And I think it was also great that um she was never really because she didn't want to be controversial. She was never really voiced her opinion on politics. But then in the 2016 elections, like she actually like took a stand, which I think was great. Like for her fan base to see and for the public to see that she's finally like taking a stand towards something. I think she's also like gone through a lot of like that controversy with like Kanye and whatnot.
I have nothing to add.
But also like a bit of conspiracy theories. I think that some of her relationships were clearly fake. Like they were just for publicity.
Like Calvin Harris.
Like Harry Styles. Because because I was also a One Direction fan at the time, so people I would follow like fan accounts, and then like some of the smaller ones would be like Harry Styles or like Taylor Swift, either one of them. They will have a partner at like the same time every year, and it'll just be for like the same period of time, and then it will end. It's like just for like publicity.
This is so random, but Halsey was a One Direction fan, and then she wrote a song. She covered Better with Revenge. That's why I like Better with Revenge. Like, I mean, I like her version, but she wrote a song about Harry Styles and Taylor Swift, but in the perspective of like, why? Like, I wish I could be her instead, and that's one of my favorite songs. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. What else do we talk about? Taylor Swift. Also, like Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston was just like the weirdest thing ever. Also, like it was definitely for publicity. Remember that he was like they were at the beach and then he was some.
But I think it was somewhere, right? Like it meant something else, if I'm not wrong.
I don't know. I don't remember, but like yeah, it was strange.
I have nothing to say about her. I can't stop thinking about All Too Well.
Do you want to continue talking about it?
It changed my life. I still listen to it. I listened to it just now, like today. It's just so good. Like it's 10 minutes of really. Oh my gosh! Do you know that Taylor Swift and Dylan O'Brien live in the same building? I mean, Janice knows this because I tell her that like every day. But they're neighbors, and I love Dylan O'Brien.
Yes, we know that. Okay, I found pictures of the Taylor Swift squad. Okay, so like we're looking at this now. These are all the models that were in it. Wow, this is probably like. I'm really sorry to anyone watching this podcast because we usually just run out of things to say.
No, it's not.
There's like Selena Gomez was in it too.
I'm looking for this one particular.
Oh, what's her name?
model.
That actor.
Tall.
Cara Delevingne.
No.
Gigi Hadid. Wait, no, was Gigi Hadid in the squad? Yeah, she was, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Should we just end it here?
Wait, I want to find the models.
Okay, so sorry, we're gonna take a pause. Should I just talk about to entertain the listeners, like the 5 listeners we have? What do I talk about?
Who's that Victoria?
Oh, I remember when I was like really young. I think the part of the reason why the first three albums were also so nostalgic to me was like, I had her songs on like my iPod Touch, and then I would like plug them in and like listen to it as I'm falling asleep because some of them were so nice to fall asleep to. So I did that. I don't know her name. Oh, also remember how Taylor Swift like I don't know that she sang at those. You know, remember when like Victoria's Secret fashion shows were a thing, and she sang at one, and I was like, oh, she's so pretty. She looks like she can just be a Victoria's Secret model. She's so tall too. Taylor Swift is 5'11".
She's 1.8. I know.
Yeah.
I just googled her. I was gonna say something. I can't remember. I can't find the name of the model. And I can't remember what I want to say. Oh, I think her relationship with Joe Alwyn is really interesting, and I think I like the songs about him. Yeah, cause they're very like piney. Yeah.
I'm glad that she's like finally happy after so many years of I don't know whatever she had to go through. And I think it's also good that their relationship started out like not in the public eye at all. And they've been together for ages, so like, yeah, good for them.
They met at the Met Gala.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cute.
Yeah, she had a bob. Apparently it was in one of her songs.
When she had a short haircut.
Like the blonde
Oh,
bob.
I remember there was this one dress that she wore. I don't think it was for a Met Gala, but it was like a red carpet event that was like turquoise glittery and like kind of like Frozen vibes. I really, really like that dress. But I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but I did.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's all we have. Sorry, this episode's a bit like whack. Yeah, we're a bit all over the place. So, but yeah, it was still a fun episode. Leave a comment if you like Taylor Swift too, or just like reach out to us.
Thumbs up if you like Taylor Swift. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Okay, thanks for watching this episode. Bye.